hope you guys are enjoying so far the series. And yeah, today I'm going to talk about a subject I have that it's like I think it's affecting a lot of us because I've been seeing it being talked recently, and it's about like our quarter life crisis. Quarter life crisis is, you probably know what a midlife crisis is because we've seen them a lot in like TV shows and movies. When like you have a lot of like women and men, they go through like the midlife crisis around when they're 50, where like men buy big cars, women go on these like Botox things. This is movies that I'm talking about. Young people are going through, and including me, I also go through that. I'm going through that, and it's ups and downs. And I'm going to talk about it. I'm going to talk about my experience and what I'm learning from it. So if you like to have a chat about it, just keep watching. So right now I am 25. Literally, I'm in the middle of it. And a quarter life crisis, it's basically like we are in that phase of our lives that we don't really know if we are keeping up with. If you hear any background noise, that's my cat. Bagush. Sorry. Yeah, basically a quarter life crisis, as I was saying, like part of our lives. Like we're kind of young, but we're not too young anymore. We're already adults, but people are only now start seeing us as adults, and some still don't. Our birthdays are no longer that like very woohoo thing like when we were the teens or early 20s. And we have people in this age, you have people doing everything everywhere. You have people getting married, you have people getting pregnant, having kids, buying a house, getting promotions. But you also have people still studying, still living with their parents, still quite dependent financially. And then you are in the middle here and you're like, where should I go? It's literally how I've been feeling in the last few months. Keeping up? Am I getting behind? Can I catch up? Like, do I have to catch up? Or am I good? And that's a whole and that just creates a lot of anxiety. And lately, in the last few years, we've been seeing like anxiety in young people have like increased a lot because nowadays everything is shared. Like a few years ago, even in the early 2000s, like you couldn't know what your kindergarten friend was doing because you lost contact with him. Maybe you saw him like once, twice, but that was it. Nowadays you kind of can know what everyone that you ever met in your life is doing. And when you see all these different people doing all these different things, you just ask yourself like, am I doing good? Am I good? Am I doing okay? And it just creates this kind of like existential question in your head. It's like, oh my God, am I a failure? And it's very, very like stressful. And then you tell this to people, and you have some people that agree with you, like that they also go through it. Then you have some people that kind of like make fun of it, like, oh, that's just like attention seeking. I'm gonna tell like very generally what happened around me. One of my friends, she got a very good she's doing very well at her job. She finished university, she's doing very well at her job, and she got a good promotion. Then another friend of mine, a few years ago, she got pregnant, like my age, she got pregnant and had a kid. Then my eldest cousin got pregnant and had a kid. Then a year later, my cousin, the one that has been in my videos before, got pregnant and had a kid. And now I'm making coffee, and it's not even for me.
Everyone I know is either getting married or getting pregnant or getting promoted, and I'm getting coffee, and it's not even for me.
It's so weird because like my big dream in life was becoming a mom. That's still my big dream in life. It's becoming a mom, which is fun because a few years ago it was way more on it than it is now. I think it's just like because of like professional reasons. I just want to make sure that I am financial. Before I didn't worry about being financially like stable. Nowadays I do care a lot. And there was a question, am I enough? Am I financially stable enough to? But as I was saying, I don't want to get very like drift. I my videos we always get drift here, guys. So get ready to justify. This is a I'm very Trelawney in that. Very. I'm very happy. It's like I'm very happy for everyone. Like especially the promotion ones. It's kind of like nice. Like I'm happy. I feel like oh I want that as well. But like I'm generally like very happy. And for everyone that gets pregnant and have kids, I love and I get so happy and excited for them. But there's a little part of me inside that just gets so jealous and kind of upset. But not upset with them, obviously. It's just because I want that as well. You know, for example, the two out of the three YouTubers that I watch the most, one had the second kid recently. And when she had the first kid, her channel changed a lot, obviously, because of like it's involved way more the kids, obviously. But part of me is like, ah, I love it and I understand, but you know, there's that little voice, very annoying voice inside. It's like, I cannot relate with you anymore to that level. And now another YouTuber that I loved, she got pregnant 9 months ago. And I was so happy for her because oh my god, she deserved it so much. I was genuinely so happy. But again, that little voice, that little monster inside was just like, oh no, another one. I'm getting all alone. I know, it's very selfish. It's not a good thought to have. Not a good thought. Like I'm outing myself. I know. The thing, this is a very little voice. Of course, I was crazy happy, and I am crazy happy. And I'm like, oh my god, it's so cool, I'm so excited. I just want to do it as well, but at the same time, I know that I'm not ready because not just because of I'm still young, but I want to do a bunch of things. Next year I'm planning to go to freaking Florida, Disney World, and to New York, and to the Harry Potter studios, and I cannot do that if I get pregnant now, obviously. And yeah, there's a lot of things that I want to do, and I want to be able to have more like money. Just make sure that I'm stable, and I'm not gonna worry a lot once I have a kid. But then I see this and I just get that voice in my head and that's just like, am I good enough? Am I doing good? Is something wrong with me? Am I losing the train here? These have been the questions and the thoughts and the doubts and the fears and the anxieties that I've been having the past few months. I'm doing a lot of meditation about it. I've been doing a lot of like breath work around it. A lot of like writing, talking to myself, trying to understand. I'm learning a lot about this quarter life crisis, but everyone is doing something different. But because we share with the world all the time, we are out to create some doubt in someone. Next part, what I done and now how I'm like moving on from it. Now I watched a lot of YouTube videos, read a lot about it, and I also put my story into perspective. So I'm 25. I live with my partner in a 2-bedroom house with a garden. I have 2 cats. I have a permanent job, which I just got a little promotion. I have a car. I moved to my house in Portugal when I was 19. And I moved to a whole new country when I was 21. Yeah. I went through the full pandemic basically by myself in a whole new country. When I start looking at my life like this, I'm like, okay, I've done some things. May not be an amazing thing to show, like, look at me, I got a big promotion, look at me, I had a baby, like, but there's still very good things that it might trigger someone else quarter life crisis, seeing my life. Like, oh, she moved to, because I hear a lot of people, for example, I have my sister, she's always saying like, how brave I am, how amazing I am for such a young age, just moved to another country, just like figuring out life, not needing anyone, being completely independent, so young. And I'm like, wow, it's very nice to hear that. She's like one of my biggest cheerleaders, my sister. It's very nice to hear that because it just puts things into perspective. But I think it's kind of like normal, my life, yeah. Not impressive, not a lot. Like, oh wow, when you say like that, I'm kind of proud of myself for doing those things. I just twisted my life. So this is a tip for you. So it's like, twist your life. Just see from another one's perspective. What have you accomplished so far? How far have you like, if you're living with your parents, okay, but have you traveled the world? Have you seen a lot of cultures? Have you learned a lot of things about the world? Amazing. Are you still studying? Great. How far are you in your studies? How much have you learned? How many skills do you have that you can just like apply like that after? If you have a kid and you're stay-at-home mom and you can't work because you have a kid, great, embrace that mom life. My God, you just created a new life into the world. Okay, someone has a promotion, you have a new life. That's the biggest challenge on earth. Make sure that life doesn't die. Grows up and it's like, it's a part of you. And if it's adopted, it's still a part of you. Doesn't matter. I don't care. Just going, I don't know, if you're like working, you live by yourself, but you don't know what to do. And so what? So what? You don't know what to do. Like, at the end of the day, I think we put a lot of age on us. Everyone wants to be an entrepreneur nowadays. Everyone wants to retire at 30. But let's be realistic. The big majority of us are gonna retire never. Or like maybe when we are 67, I think. For now, I think 67. We are still very young. Like, we have not been through work life a lot. No, we are still figuring out. And it's okay. I have people in their 30s still figuring out, and it's okay. It's fine. I haven't completely figured out what I want to do in my life. Yes, I have a permanent job, which is good. I got a little promotion, which is good. But like, this is not what I want to do. Literally, my big goal in life, it's become a stay-at-home mom and a housewife. Literally, that's my big goal in life. Not gonna lie. And then I would like to have still, but I would still like to work and have my money as well. So I'd like to become, I don't know, a yoga instructor, an advice coach. I would love, but I don't know what to say. But this is a project that will take years, and I'm okay with it. I learned not to be okay with it because I just start, like, I think a guy that I really like to watch on Insta, TikTok, YouTube, whatever, it's Gary Vee. He puts things into perspective so well, and I really love him for it because it just makes me snap out of it. Like, people, I'm 25. I don't have to have all the answers yet. People in their 50s, they don't have all the answers yet. Why would I? Just put your life into perspective and realize that, first of all, time is abstract. So what if you are in a phase of your life, another person is another one, it's fine. Everyone is different. You don't know what that person, for example, that person might have an amazing promotion, but their dream in life is to be a mom or a dad. Or that person has a kid, but they really want to get back to work. Again, everyone craves what they don't have. And I want to kind of like, I would love us to just stop doing that for a little bit. Just look at your life. Look how amazing you're doing right now. Well, if I had a kid now, I could not have invested in a bunch of like Halloween and fall decoration in the house. And yes, it might sound like silly idiot, But I love my Halloween decoration. I love the effort that I put in. It's like how I've been. It's still like it goes up and down. It goes always up and down. It's not like okay, I understand, so now it's all good. I'm over it. But I mean, it's something that gets better. Like in the beginning, I was very down. Then I started like slowly getting better. Starting seeing my life differently. Starting putting myself in perspective, and doing the things that I enjoy doing. And yes, I'm getting better, like baby steps. I hope you like this video. I hope this video helped you in somehow to relate. If you relate with me, like if you have any advice that you'd like to share it down below in the comments. I would love to continue this conversation, because a quarter life crisis, I think it doesn't have to happen only in your 20s. It can also happen in your 30s. I think it happens to everyone. And basically, I think this quarter life crisis, it's just we crave what we don't have. And I think the big reason is like social media. It's always social media, the big reason, because that's what I said in the beginning. We can see what everyone that we ever met is doing right now. And that's so triggering and so scary, because we meet hundreds of people in our life and we can see what everyone is doing, and everyone is doing a different thing. We are comparing ourselves to 100 different people. Wow, it's a lot. Guys, hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you've been enjoying this series so far, and I'll see you guys all in another Bootober tomorrow. Bye.